Electric. I was at a pawn shop and I bought this welder. It doesn't look too used up. It's the better model. It's got multiple infinitely a variable wire speed and 5 settings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 settings for the heat. It's 120 volt. It says made in Mexico. It's 10 years old. It has some date codes inside from 2007. I'm going to show you why I bought that welder, because I've had this Lincoln welder here for 30 years, maybe 29 years, and it's been nothing but trouble-free. I had to replace the sheathing inside here. It was worn, but otherwise, I've welded a lot with this machine, not 24/7, but except for the sheathing and cleaning it a couple of times, it's been a great machine. I have a video that I made years ago called Great Welder. It's been a really good machine. It's got an industrial switch, heavy duty. Spike Punk will know what that refers to. So what I'm doing today is I'm putting an outlet on. I realized after I drilled a hole right there in my new machine, this one's got this big ugly power cord sticking out, the new ones are recessed. I realized I could have done the hole on the inside. I just drilled the hole, and I could have put that on the inside and had it what looked like wire free. I just drilled the hole with my drill bit right there. There's the plug. And I realized, wait a second, I could have done all the wiring right through the metal device box. I could have put it right here and I could have drilled a hole into the case and not had any exterior wiring. Now I got this thing sticking out the back. Anyhow, see how they've recessed this? The air hose for the argon gas, not the air, goes here. But I just thought I'd show you this welder quickly. Got all my toys all spread out on the driveway because my workbench is over there and I don't feel like working over there. One day I'll organize this area here. I've got a dryer that I found in the garbage, and I got a sandblaster I've had for how long? 35 years? Yep. Never used it, not even for a minute. Got the Toyota spindles with the new bearings installed. I just got the ball joints today, and my friend just went and picked up a ball joint press. I never had one in all the years. So I've got a big ball joint C-clamp for $150 that it says is returnable after you finish using it. It was raining and the water was coming through the roof, and I hope I didn't get any water in the bearings. Yep, amazing how quickly stuff rusts. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a receptacle on the top of this machine so that if I'm working with the welder wherever I'm doing my work and I've got a 20-foot extension cord, this is what I wanted to make the video for, so I could do that. It didn't work. Water resistant, 12 gauge, 3 conductor. Oh, this wire is so old. There we go. I'm going to put a 20-foot cord on this machine instead of the 6-foot cord that it comes with because, oh yeah, destruction, mayhem. And I'm listening to my little radio on my little crappy dollar store headset. I'm listening to the Bartow Kavanaugh hearings in front of the Congress or Senate. I don't know my politics very well. I paid $130 for this thing. Yep, they wanted $350 Canadian. I paid 100 and whatever US. So there's lots of power cord right now. I like to have 20 feet. That way you can plug it anywhere you want, because the power cord they give you is a joke, just like every tool. They give you these short cords and you can't even do a thing. Look at that. So yeah, that's a 6-foot power cord. So it's a 14 gauge. Now I've got 12 gauges. 12 gauge. Nice long power cord. The only thing I have to get that I've had on this welder for 20-something years or 25 years is this chip clip here. This thing is great. Never broke. I can't believe it. Just unclip it right here, and it has a name on the back. And this little rinky-dink thing. You put your cord and all that stuff. This one I attach the power cord to the original power cord. But I'm not doing that on this machine because the power cord was a 14 gauge, which is not as heavy as 12. 12 has got a lot more copper in it, maybe 50%. So I got the wires snapped in here. I modified the little clippy thingy. And I've got these soldered, and I put wire nuts on them. Now I'm going to put the cover back on and put that box right there. I ground away some of the handle. I've got a connector here, and this is going to go on. Just realized just after I cut the hole, wait a second, I could have done this all internally. I could have put a wire connector right in there and then put my 2 receptacles in, one way, one the other. I always reverse them. One ground down, one ground up, depending which way the cord drapes. I'm going to put that power cord in there. Then I can plug in my grinder or my drill or my saw or whatever I have to use, usually a grinder. I fix this thing was a mess. I fix the ground clamp. I've got to get a little air diffuser for the welding end so the air can be dispersed. And there was no tank with this or no regulator, so I'll have to buy that. Something else I wanted to show you, this 10-year-old Lincoln 140 welder is, check this out. The control for the heat is made in Ching-Chang, China. Look at that. And the one for the wire speed is made in Mexico. Interesting, huh? You never know where stuff is made anymore. And here's the reset button, the over limit protection. And it is made in, let's see if I can read my screen on my device. Made in Mexico. So you never know where stuff is made. It says the welder's made in Mexico, but stuff is sourced globally. And speaking of sourced globally, I just returned a Samsung phone, an S7 that the phone company sent me. I decided to stick with this LG junk, and it's been misplaced. So they charged me $1,000 for 2 phones. I just found one after, they said I had 15 days to return it. I found it after 80 days. They're going to give me a refund of $500 for one, but now I still got a misplaced ESN, electronic serial number specific. Maybe I should blow this out and get some moisture in there. I've still got an ESN registered LGV10 junker that I can't find, and I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in the Cadillac, maybe it's in the Blazer, maybe it's in the Mercedes, maybe it's in the Airstreams, maybe it's in the Rust Tundra. Who knows? So that's what I'm doing. It's getting dark, it's chilly, I've got shorts on, I've got lots of chain for moving vehicles around because everything's dead around here. I got a coil coming for that. I got steering boots for that. I got the ball joints just came in. Where are the ball joints made? Let's see. Got a fuel filter for my 4-wheel drive BMW, which I haven't used in 5 years. Man. Made in, I don't know. Sometimes you have to check the item. Here's some Beck Arnley ball joints for the Rust Tundra. They're made in Taiwan. An oil filter for this Caravan. The reason I got a man filter is because it was in the same shopping cart, which sometimes is not accurate. Made in Germany. How do you like that? A man filter for a Dodge made in Germany. I got a man filter for my 400,000 mile Mercedes that's in there, and it was made in Mexico. That's funny. So I got ball joints to put in. I got more parts coming. I ordered some sway bar links for a 2003 Ranger, 2-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, and they're $2.50 at Rock Auto plus shipping, $5. And I went to AutoZone to go get them, and they're not here. They're in the other part of the building. But they were $19 plus tax at AutoZone. $19 versus $2.50 plus shipping. $6 shipping. So you wonder why you'd want to buy at AutoZone or Advance Auto when they're charging $20 for a sway bar link, which is basically a bolt with a sleeve, a bunch of bushings, and a nut. Anyhow, what else I got here? All kinds of toys. I've been driving the Mercedes yesterday I drove the Mercedes. I just checked the air filter, the cabin filter, blocked solid, genuine Mercedes. So I really should put a cover on that truck. It's getting sun-baked to death. And Swimming Bull will be picked up tomorrow and be here in a week. What you ask is Swimming Bull? Swimming Bull, B-U-L-L, ask Spike Punk. Alrighty, it's getting dark. I gotta finish up my job. I've been working on this thing for 2 or 3 hours, and I got spring wedges also. Is the door unlocked here? Here, I'll show you a trick. Don't tell anybody. Just take any key. Pick a key. Anyone? How about this one? How about a door key for one of my apartments? I got locks coming. I took out the tumblers. I got spring wedges. $12 a pair. The spring wedges go. I was going to put them on today, but I've been too busy dicking around with that welder, which wasn't a priority. The spring wedges go right in there, and it twists the axle so that I get my pinion angle pointing towards my transfer case, because now it's pointing down, and GM made a mistake when they built this thing in 1984, but I'm going to fix it. I'm going to put a spring wedge in there. And I hope it's thick enough because the company only had one size, so I bought it. I'll take a chance. How do you tell what angle you need to correct your pinion droop? Because my pinion is sticking out horizontal, and I need to straighten that out, even though it's still going to be bent at the transfer case. You can't fix that unless you drop the transfer case mount, which I could do. Just take out those bolts and put spacers in. But that's another story for another day, because it's getting dark. I've got to cut my cord and finish my install. Get to work, you lazy bum.